It's 2017. YouTube fitness is in an utter state of disarray. The ments are few and far between. There's fake natties as far as the eyes can see.
They Satan worshiper.
The piss troopers were disorganized and running rampant. And Blaha was so fat he was stuck in a wheelchair. It was before the days of motivation, inspiration, or humanity. It was dark times in 2017. And then a man appeared. A simple man. A family man. He seemed honest and genuine, also strong and assertive. Akin to a roided up Jesus. He knew secrets about the universe. He trained in his house in a makeshift gym. He taught the masses the secret of the chest shrug. His techniques were unorthodox and his ideology even more. And he became not only an up-and-comer in the fitness community, but even a shaman and leader to a few. To his followers, it was raw and different. It felt real. But how real was it? Okay, dramatic intro aside, have you ever wondered what you would get if you took Jason Blaha, any season of Ancient Aliens, and Alpha Destiny, then mixed all that shit together and baked it at 450 for a couple hours? No? You've never wondered that. Amateurs. Luckily we don't have to imagine though, because I can actually show you. Meet the Nether Beast.
Here's a pearl of level 297 Jedi weightlifting wisdom that I'd like to share with you guys. Involving how to make constant progression, constant progress, constant gains of some sort or another all year long, 365 days.
So depending on who you ask, Nether is either one of two things. An interesting person with a unique perspective on life and spirituality, or a sociopathic fraud with a bag full of personality disorders.
Well, guess what, world? Guess what, healthcare professionals? And please don't go jump in a bathtub with a toaster because I'm saying this. But if you guys kill yourselves more than any of us other crazy fuckers out here in the world, I don't think I need any of your labels. Thank you.
This is one of those situations where the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Some of you fitness hardcores may actually remember the Nether saga when it hit its peak earlier this year. To others, this is going to be completely new. Because around the same time, Kenny KO got in shit for promoting SARMs, leading to this story kind of being overshadowed by that one. Regardless of your knowledge going in, it's still a good testament to why you need to be skeptical when you enter the realm of YouTube fitness. Things are not always as they seem. So in late 2017, Nether started to gain a small following. He produced low quality workout videos from his home gym. He showed his unorthodox training techniques, and surprisingly enough, he had a pretty good physique, especially in his back and traps. He was also pretty strong, there's no doubt about that. Both things impressive in themselves. But there was also another side to Nether's content. A really weird side.
I recognize a lot of reptilian DNA and traits inside of me. Thankfully I have a lot of other stuff too, but it's there and it's very real. And I'm totally comfortable with these beings. I'm not saying every one of them's some, great character. I mean, look at people. I mean, look at all of us. We can all be good or bad or in between or anything. But me, the encounters I've had, because I've always been very comfortable with reptiles, and I've encountered now some like hybrid type reptilian beings. That's what I've seen. And I think the message in that is, that to some degree I'm that, not to the degree that I met these characters. They were much more reptilian in their nature than me.
Yeah, Nether has a wide variety of beliefs, most paranormal in nature. Besides being part reptilian, he also believes that he's a spirit guide who taught him how to astral project. Nether has strong beliefs in channeling and frequency healing, reincarnation. He's also balls deep in alien lore. He claims to be able to telepathically communicate with the Zeta Reticuli, and also have some secret knowledge about Nibiru and our existence in the universe.
So here's what I understand about it. Here's what was shared with me telepathically. On our current planet right now, the overall collective energy of belief and everything, there's enough of us with a higher vibrational view of life that's not the current trajectory. What's happening is Nibiru is a technological device, whatever it is. Yes, it's sort of planet or moon shaped.
It's like Lightning Bayonet in space. Yeah, that was a little Blaha reference for the hardcores. But the comparisons are uncanny. I bet they both frequented David Icke's forum around the same time, and probably played WoW together.
Hey everybody, it's the Cardio Gamer here. I'm back. Time for me to get another cardio session. Work on my Not my undead priest, but my warlock here in a bit, and talk to you guys in my ASMR voice.
But the craziest part of all of it is when you strip away all the astral reptilian projection bullshit, there's some actual good information in his content. Nether has a pretty decent understanding base on vitamin deficiencies and digestion. He may go a little overboard with the iodine and the castor oil.
So, somebody asked me, I saw it somewhere, I don't see it here, they asked me what oils to use on your face. The very best is castor oil, both for external and internal use. Before you use it for internal use though, you need to research that. I think I'm going to do a video on that soon. I've been using it in the morning. That's probably why you guys hear me burp in some of my workouts, even though I'm fasting all day. The castor oil is cleaning my digestive tract and my lymph system, and it's pulling toxins out of me and all kinds of neat stuff.
But there is some good stuff in there. It's just hard to find it in the pile of holistic BS he covers his content with. You may notice he's also well-spoken and even a little bit charismatic. All of this gave him a unique feel, and he was developing a small hardcore fan base that looked up to him. Then at the end of 2017, he just vanished, deleted his channel, never explained why he left, and just alluded that there was some attempt to censor him because of his knowledge. To his fan base, this created a kind of mystery. Did YouTube censor him? Did something happen to him? You guys know what happens when speculation runs rampant. I have a theory about what actually happened to his channel, which I'll cover in a little bit. But just so you know, there was a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding it that was kind of perpetuated by his small fan base. So one of his supporters managed to save a few of his videos and re-upload them in memory of his channel. A few of his early Q&As were saved. Some of his tiger training videos were made into montages and motivational videos, things of that nature. As people slowly came across his archive content, a lot of them wanted Nether to make a comeback to YouTube. Even a few larger YouTube channels took notice of him. One of them was Alpha Destiny. Maybe it was that they both perform unconventional lifts, or Alex also likes coffee enemas, I don't know, but either way he jumped right on the bandwagon. And it wouldn't take long for Nether to make his return to YouTube. He opened up 2 new channels, one for his spirituality and teachings, which gives me a kind of culty Jonestown kind of vibe, and another called Nether Beast Underground Muscle, where he answered his fitness Q&As for his audience. Nether does a lot of Q&As, and he also does a lot of rambling in nearly every video, hence why the clips I'm using are a little longer than usual. To be honest though, his fitness and Q&As aren't really that bad, but his other content, holy Christ, it's wild.
Hello, this will be a demonstrational video on how to do a coffee enema. Now your basic instructions are written in the information box below, but a lot of people who are trying to warm up and get the courage to do coffee enemas, they want to ask, they have trouble understanding just from the written description, and they want to ask more questions about how to do it, but because it's a hard topic for a lot of people to talk about, seems taboo, seems difficult to approach, there's hesitation and resistance. A lot of people who know in their health journey that they need to be doing this are not doing so because they're not quite sure how to go about it. So I'm going to show you today the physical part of this, how simple and easy it is.
I don't remember firsthand how big his channels were when he came back, but I read at its peak he was around 10,000 subscribers between the two of them. Not bad considering his channels are fairly new. Well, like I mentioned before, Alex from Alpha Destiny was a huge fanboy of Nether and decided to give him a big push by doing an interview with him.
Today, we have the great pleasure of being with Nether Beast Underground Muscle. And for those who don't know, he's probably the biggest and strongest natural in the history of YouTube fitness. And his channel is amazing. I cannot recommend it enough.
I'll link it in the description if you want to see it, but just be warned, it's kind of long and kind of dull. It is interesting in one sense though, because you get to see Nether's unnerving ability to appear like a somewhat normal, likable person.
Excellent, and I can't thank you enough for the honor of this interview, Alex. I've been a follower of yours since before I knew I was even going to have a channel, and so this couldn't be more rewarding, and I couldn't be more thankful and honored.
Speaking of normal, likable people, we have to talk about the manlet in the room. A few people have actually asked me to do a video about Alex. I'm not an Alpha Destiny fan, but at the same time, I'm not a hater per se. I don't really care either way about him. I don't find him funny, and he may have some knowledge in regards to straight strength training, but personally I don't get anything from his content. I have a similar build to Alex, but I'm slightly taller and I'm more broad in the chest and shoulders. Alex isn't like that naturally, so he bases his workouts around the upper body and shoulders to give himself that V-shaped look. It's a common way for smaller guys to appear bigger, especially on camera. Here, if you take away the traps and bulging delts, you can see Alex kind of has a smaller frame naturally. See, Alex's exercises are meant to complement his own body structure and his goals. Calm down, I'm not talking about soma types or shit like that. I'm talking about how he's a compact manlet that wants to be wider because he can't be taller. And Alex is a short dude, short legs, short arms. He's not very naturally wide, and his training is developed around that, and since he's short and compact, he's good with certain lifts. I'm the same way. And all of it may suit him and his goals, but Alex's knowledge and training expertise isn't for everyone like he markets it as. And for accommodation reasons, there's actually quite a few people who dislike Alex. He's got his own little mini anti-Alpha Destiny trolling group, and I can kinda see why. I just find him boring, and well, that's the best way to stay off my radar. Either way, Nether wasted no time in capitalizing off the interview with Alex and uploaded videos of himself performing some lifts that were borderline record breaking and basically out of nowhere.
Gonna need straps.
And this would ultimately be the biggest mistake Nether would make. Right away, these lifts didn't sit right with people. Some ate them up. To most though, they didn't seem right. Anyone that's seen Charlie Zelenoff videos or Profit Muscle content is familiar with what you can do with distorted camera angles. I'm not going to get into the biometrics of why these lifts don't look right, because well, you don't really need any expertise in that area to see that they look strange. They're also different than his other lifting videos because you don't see any setup like you usually do, and the camera angles look like they're intentionally skewed. Another thing you notice is the lifts are all conventionally placed under his weightlifting rack, which is fine for the squat and the pin press, but very strange for the trap bar deadlift. A lot of people gave him the benefit of the doubt, even Alpha Destiny took his word for it. But not everybody's as blinded by fanboyism, and it didn't take long for a few members of the unconventional lifting community to basically crack the code on what was happening here. And in a kind of joint expose, Fit World Exposed and Dairyland Fitness basically proved and demonstrated how Nether faked the lifts. This had a bit of a snowball effect. See, people were pissed. Some of them actually started digging and found some interesting stuff, like the real reason why Nether lost his first YouTube channel. And it wasn't because of some mysterious knowledge he had. It was because he was doing videos reviewing pro hormones. So there goes any chance of him being natural.
And for those who don't know, he's probably the biggest and strongest natural in the history of YouTube fitness.
Just in case there's any questions about it, Nether 100% faked those lifts. And we know that because of how we responded to it.
Now I'm seeing people who I thought believed in me, who I thought were friends, being turned on me just like that. So I go and I see this video where someone has proposed a theory about how I cheated on my recent lifts. And it's, you know, it's a pretty good theory. It's believable. So I understand why there's suddenly people unsubscribing and freaking out. But here's the thing. I've been practicing pin press. I've been practicing, I guess it's a pin squat and trap bar deadlift for a very long time. I'm very strong at those, and none of those are standard lifts. Those numbers were real, but this is the last time I'm going to say this, because here's the deal, guys. There's people out there plotting against my family, okay? There's that much hate now. So this is no longer worth it, okay? I've shown enough to show that my strength is real. I realize a lot of it wasn't shown well enough. Okay, fine. But the thing is, I am so hurt right now. In my heart, honestly. That it's all I can do to not become very angry. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go where that's going to go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the fitness thing go. Because my eccentric weirdness is not really welcome there anyway. That's clear now. So I always said when it crosses the line to family, and unfortunately certain people that hate how much I said I squatted at one time, or certain others, or this or that, are trying to, spread, start little armies and witch hunts and shit, okay? So It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth the safety or the privacy of my family over a fitness channel. It's really not.
So you heard it firsthand. His life was in danger, which is complete bullshit. Nether experienced 1 day of basically Jason Genova or Jason Blaha's life, and instead of just proving everything wrong by simply recording the lifts at a different angle, he just closed up shop and bailed. All that hype, all that build up, and bam, tore down in a matter of days. And worst of all, Hemingway was right.
Look, the guy's a fake natty doing fake lifts, and he's a charlatan. I don't want to give him any publicity.
Dark times, guys. And the fanboys, they took it hard too. You'll still find people declaring Nether's supplementation advice helped them. Maybe it did. There's just something in my brain that won't let me take him seriously. Maybe it's the Castrol-induced projections or the Tim Hortons enemas, but there's just something about him that makes him lose his credibility.
Okay, this video is for anyone who's afraid of or feels somehow afflicted or otherwise troubled by reptilians.
See, I know it's actually hard to believe that Alex bought into the Nether Beast hype because, well, the average person can tell it's not as it seems. And there's something weird going on here with this Castrol covered caveman. Not Alex.
I genuinely looked up to him for inspiration. I followed him for months. I watched all of his Q&A videos, and I believed him from the bottom of my heart. And the only reason why I did interviews with him and gave him shoutouts is because I trusted him.
The dumbass actually ate that shit right up. And it did nothing but backfire in his face and definitely affect his credibility.
I feel like a moron. I feel so stupid.
I don't think Alex tried to use Nether though to push his style of training. I think he kind of just fell for the troll. The reason why I think this is because it was Nether that made first contact with Alex.
I think I feel it the worst more than anybody else because I was like the first guy to watch Nether. He's the one who sent me his videos. He's the one who contacted me. And I believed in him.
Alex was a fanboy of him, but Nether reached out to him initially. But before all that, Nether tried to do the same thing with Steve Shaw.
I ran into him about a year ago and I gave him a little bit of YouTube advice on some minor issue, on not to spam his channel in my comments. And it was just man to man, mano a mano, and he responded respectfully.
Interesting fact, Nether owns one of the channels that re-uploads his content. Not the original System Blower channel, but the Nether library is Nether's. The video descriptions say otherwise, but it's his. That channel acts as like a portal to his new content.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Nether Library. This particular YouTube channel is basically an archive of content I did over multiple different past YouTube channels. However, this channel rarely gets any uploads, if at all. So if you're into this kind of content and you'd like to see a lot more of it, go ahead and use the link below to go subscribe to my main channel, okay? Expanding Universe Creations. And I'll see you there.
Oh yeah, he's actually been back for a while. And if you thought his old stuff was, what's the word, enlightening, then you'll pop a chub for his new content.
You donate $12. I send you a private email. You explain to me what you would like a message, a video, telepathically channeled on. There will be telepathic channeled information included in the video on whatever topic you choose.
Crazy to think this guy used to be a professional MMA fighter, huh? So what can we actually conclude about Nether? Well, he's well versed in fringe conspiracy and science fiction. So well versed that I don't think it's a ploy. I think he actually believes all this shit. Reptilian coffee enemas and all. Welcome to the naturopathic holistic. I've watched way too much Ancient Aliens side of YouTube.
From now on, we shouldn't ask, what do the aliens look like, but do we look like the aliens?
But this is actually part of Nether's appeal though, because even though the guy is batshit crazy, and you can't really believe anything he says, he is charismatic and well spoken, which made him stand out and seem different from all the cookie cutter porno addicts that occupy YouTube currently.
And I am back here today once again with the one, the only, Butt Buddy Brandy, Triple B.
Ha! Gay!
Whether that be a good thing or bad thing is up to you though. Is the guy a danger to anyone? Nah, I doubt it. I think Nether was just trying to find ways to make money from home. Like right now he's doing a channeling advice service all based around his ideologies.
Introducing the Expansive Care Package. You pay me an upfront fee and you get 1 month of anything you want from me by email.
I think this is what he wanted to do all along. The fake lifts and posing were just a way to lure people into his more informative content. And the manual he was shilling was probably just an opportunistic idea he got when he was getting exposure from Alpha Destiny. I doubt the fitness was a long-term plan. He'd rather be a messiah instead of a trainer. In retrospect, I can see why people say he's a narcissistic sociopath. Nether does have a bit of a god complex. So if you're in need of a shaman with a propensity to stick Starbucks grandes up his arse, Nether still might interest you. And hey, he even sells personal coaching sessions. Great way to throw cash away. But who am I to tell people how to spend their money? Fuck, I bought a PlayStation Classic. Talk about throwing your money away.
That's the way you need it. We want it. That's the way you need it anyway you want it. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.